Hey, it's Brian Wright. Daily B140. It's been a while. I think we got some catching up to do. Hey, Brian Wright from BrianWright732.com and fitin.com, PHITIN.com. It's been a while, my gosh. From 139 to 140, way too long. I'm sorry, but I've been really busy, so we're going to play a little bit of catch up here. So, you know me from Fit-In. You probably know me from Killer Bee Combat Sports, but now you could also know me from PTB Me Incorporated. This is a high-end children's fashion brand. What? I'm going from small business into medium-sized business consulting and a gym business into retail. But I got to tell you, retail's in my blood. It's kind of what I've done my whole life. So I had an opportunity came my way where I can kind of take what I do and put this company through the works, and it just works for me on a lot of levels in my family. So it was something that I did. Now, one of the things about it is it's a family business as well. So it's one of my mother's companies that needed attention, so I decided to hop in on it. And one of the things that I'm going to shift to on this blog is a little bit of the challenges of operating in a family business, because anybody that's in a family business knows that there are unique challenges. So you go into a company and you have a regular boss, that's one thing, but then when you go and it's a family member, it's a whole nother thing. You know, there's some crazy statistics to back all this stuff up too. The rate of failure for family businesses is extremely high. When the patriarch of a business passes, there's like an 80% failure rate. And then the other side of it is there's like a 60% failure rate for children working for parents. I understand it because a couple of years ago I was working in the family business and it failed miserably. So we came back. And that's the one thing I'm going to talk about today is what were we able to do that was allowing a family business to have a second shot and actually has a very big upside for success. And that is having very clear definitions of what the job is, the opportunity is, whatever. So, you know, when you are put into a role, if you don't have a very clear definition, it's very difficult to figure out what you're going to do on a daily basis. So in my previous round of work within the family business, it was kind of like I did whatever had to be done, and there was really no specific role. There was an idea, but it was never fully fleshed out or communicated. There's no structure. It was like you do what has to be done when it needs to be done, which, you know, you need people that are going to do things for you, but everything you do has to be informed by an agreed upon end result. And that's what happened here. So the opportunity that's come about here is very clear. I've been put in as the president of the company. I am in charge of the day-to-day operations of the company, plus I am in control of the future expansion and outreach of where we're going. So we have very clear my financial relationship with the company is defined. My growth potential is defined, and where I'm looking to go was defined at the outset, and I've been given the finances, the tools, and the authority to make these things happen. And then I have also the people that have been with the company historically to work with me to make sure that we're continuing in the proper way. This is how you grow a business. This is how you do it right. You give someone the authority to do what you set out to do. You give them oversight so that you can make sure that they, are not a runaway train and destroy your business, but you create a plan, you implement the plan, and you stick to it as long as it's working. When you come in and allow someone to be a manager or you take on a managerial role, it's very important that you're very clear on your objectives and you're very clear on your authority, and everyone, plays their parts so that you don't step in and you say someone's the manager, but you bypass them and go to other employees lower on the totem pole. You have to allow people to, fully embrace their authority and work with the people that they've got under them. Everyone should be responsible for a person directly below them, and we shouldn't really be going past them to other people to do their job for them, and we definitely don't talk poorly about them, and we definitely don't ask people their opinions about them. You have to maintain, that food chain, that chart, that architecture for people to have confidence in their roles, to have confidence in their leadership, and for people to interact properly. If someone doesn't trust my authority because someone above me is constantly bypassing me or changing what I'm doing without consulting me or giving me the opportunity to communicate the changes to my staff in the appropriate way, I'll never be in a managerial leadership presidential role within the company that I'm performing. I'll always be just viewed as, basically a puppet of the person above me, which is not the case. And I need to be able to tell people what to do, and they have to trust that that is what has to be done, and that the approval from me is the approval that's needed to maintain their job, basically. And I hate to go too much into that, like, you need my approval thing, but it's very important that you understand who you have to answer to. Very, very important. If you're going to run a company, everyone needs to know who their superior is and what the level of input that superior has on their jobs. And just for personal satisfaction, everybody wants to know who they want to make happy. You want to make yourself happy, but part of making yourself happy on the job is satisfying the needs of specific people within your company. That's just it. So if I know who I have to answer to, if I know who I need, to get to sign off as okay on what it is I'm doing, I have a very clear and focused path to success. If it's something that's constantly shifting, I can go about my business, but I'm going to have this insecurity because I'm never really going to understand who's coming at me from what direction to judge me on my performance. So I think clarity, sticking to the architecture of your company, and really defining authority are very important things in developing a business. So going forward, Daily B is going to shift a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more of my personal journey as I'm developing this company, because I'm coming in a very specific scenario and I'm doing very specific things that are getting very specific results, and I think that's the benefit right now. So this all started by creating some clarity, by giving me the authority, by having an architecture that we're working towards. So that's where I'm at. Tomorrow I'll go a little bit deeper. I'll start explaining some of the challenges and the pitfalls that I've been running into, and hopefully that'll help you. So tomorrow we're going to talk a little about hiring and also inheriting a staff. So Daily B 140 out. Hey, this is Brian from the Daily B. Once again, I want to say thanks. Thanks for following. Thanks for getting me through 140 episodes, and I look forward to 140 more. Please like, share, comment, help me get the word out so, people can benefit from my experience as hopefully you have. And I continue to benefit because communicating my experience really gives me that laser focus I need to keep getting the job done, having a little bit of a higher sense of purpose as well. So thank you for the opportunity you've afforded me.